Hello, everyone. This is AJ Burman filling in for Murtz Jaffer on the Murtz Show, and he's unfortunately in Temecula at the Reality Rally, raising money for breast cancer. And I'm here with recently evicted house guest Kenny Brain. How you doing, Kenny?
I wish I could say it's good to be here, but it's not. I really wish I was in the house.
Well, for someone who's been through this exact same experience, being on season one, I know that it's really tough to leave the house. What do you think of how you played the game?
I think I played it pretty good. I mean, physically, I think I was good. Mentally, I was pretty good. I think I brought way too much emotion into it, and I exposed how competitive I was too early, and ultimately, I think that got me kicked out of the game.
Would you have done anything different, strategy-wise or alliance-wise?
I definitely would have tried to hide my emotions, but I am a giant baby, so it's kind of hard. And yeah, it would have been just to kind of play it cool, because I mean, everybody that kind of went guns blazing starting off is now basically gone from the game. Yeah. So I feel like I should have played it cool more often and then kind of lit it up.
How do you feel about Canada being HOH? That really turned the entire game around, and how do you feel about that twist?
Well, not very good. I mean, you ruined my game basically, because we were steamrolling. We were powerhouses, and I guess it wasn't entertaining enough. You had to mix it up, and I mean, from a viewer standpoint from Canada, I mean, good job. I would have done the exact same thing, but from a strategy point, you kind of ruined it. Ruined it for me.
One of the big things that we watched at home was an immense divide in the house, something that we didn't have in Big Brother 1, where we were pretty much paired off with each other and, frankly, as a whole, really got along with each other. What was the difference in your house? There seemed to be a huge divide, obviously. Speak to that a little bit.
I think there's just so many huge personalities, and they're so different in so many ways that they clashed. Like, there were so many different opinions on every sort of subject, and when you're stuck in a house and there's nowhere else to go, they clash, they explode. So divides were pretty easy to come upon.
Okay. Tell people at home, like, obviously I've experienced this as well, so tell people at home what it's really like on a day-to-day basis being on Big Brother.
It's exhausting. It's mentally and physically exhausting, especially if you're on slop, which is a whole nother subject altogether. But I mean, there's nothing to do in the house, but you're left with your thoughts and your paranoia, and it plays on you. It plays on you so much. Like, it's hard to sleep. I mean, you're not allowed to sleep when you want to sleep, and it's hard. It's so much harder than I ever expected.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. The non-sleeping, the gameplay that even if you're not talking game with anyone in the house, it's still going through your head. Well, you never get away from it, and it's unbelievable. Yeah. And that's what people at home, they only see it on television. They don't get to fully experience it unless they're there.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable. So one of the biggest moments of this season was obviously just aired yesterday, is when you came out to the entire house. Talk to that a little bit.
Well, I mean, I came into this game and was kind of playing it straight just because I wanted to leave certain avenues open that could possibly, showmance-wise, could possibly catapult me forward in the game, and I could use it. When I realized that my game didn't rely on that anymore, then it was kind of clear to me, like, why am I hiding it? So we were all just kind of sat out on the deck, and it was a beautiful day, and it was just everyone was being so open and honest finally, because everybody knew where everyone lied at that point. Yeah. So I was like, this is the perfect moment. So that's when I was just, F it, I'm gay. And honestly, the reactions were priceless. Their faces were amazing. And the acceptance that they actually had and how amazing they were with it was, outside of the game, absolutely phenomenally amazing.
Do you think coming out when you did, at the time of the game you did, do you think it cost you in the game at all? Is that why you think you went home next after Sarah?
Absolutely not. It had no bearing in any way, shape, or form. I could tell the genuine acceptance and love that I felt when I told them, and I know that wasn't at all on their mind in any way when I got voted out.
That's good to hear, because I think going into the house, when we saw your bio on the air, I thought it was a brilliant strategy. Here's this good-looking guy who's going to play it straight, definitely be able to flirt with the girls and get farther in the game. I thought it was a brilliant strategy, so kudos to you.
Thank you very much.
Who in the house, out of all the girls that you probably shocked that night, who do you think was the most disappointed?
Rochelle. She was definitely the most disappointed. Her face was so good. I mean, even afterwards, she was like, I don't even care. You're still my type. Like, I know that.
She's still pushing.
She's still pushing. I mean, you're left in the house, and there's nothing in there. So, I mean, she was She's still hoping, I think.
Maybe your house is a little different. There was obviously just the one showmance with Allison and Andrew, and I think how do you think that played in our season? It was full of showmances. So I think in this season, how do you feel that it was more friendships were being bond because there's still some pairs in the house?
Yeah, well, I mean, like look at me and Sarah. Like Sarah was my person, my girl. I absolutely love her to death. I mean, we were a showmance just without the mance. You know what I mean? Because the showmance is essentially just power. It's a vote. It's someone that you can count on 100%. And though we might not have been making out under the rain like Emmett and Jill, we still had that power and loyalty to each other.
Yeah, those who were making out during a challenge. That's how good they were physically.
Yeah, literally. That's kind of crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. Give us a prediction. So you're out of the game now. Who do you think? Well, let's ask two things. Who do you want to win the game? Who you're cheering for? And who do you really feel is going to win the game?
Oh, okay. That's a tough one, honestly, because I think it's the same person. I want and I think Arlie Shaban is going to win this game. I think that he's laid a great groundwork for himself. He's built an amazing case if he makes it that far. Because I know he's kind of on the bottom of the alliance right now because he's more newer to it. So if he can make it past the next few weeks, I really think he has a great shot at winning.
Okay. Yeah, he's new in the sense that he did switch sides from the first 5, but just so you know, and if you do go back and watch it, he was one of the orchestrators of the new side of the alliance.
Yeah, I was led to believe that towards the end, and I'm not surprised. He's a very smart guy.
Well, I love the fact that you're giving him the kudos because you know what, I always wanted to give it to the best player in the house too. Yeah. And if you feel that it's Arlie, it's good on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I shook his hand like after it was all said and done. I didn't want the legacy in my house to be bitter as I was leaving and stuff, so I approached him. I said, you know what? You did what I couldn't do. I mean, I couldn't separate my emotions from this game, so kudos to you. You made a great move. You pulled the wool over my eyes, and good luck.
Awesome. So what's next for Kenny on the outside?
I don't know. I'm really excited to see, actually, because, I mean, I just started this whole modeling gig like not long before I came into the house, so I'm excited to see if this brings any sort of new opportunities for me. But, yeah, I guess there's everything and anything that I'm hoping for.
Okay. So that's all I have for our fans here, and I just want to end the show with our signature 2's out here on the deuce here for Murtz.